live.
Okay, still live.
Okay, so stay tuned. We're going to talk about HHC. We're going to talk about how it all started. We're going to talk about MoonKIll Radio.
All right. We are here, MoonKIll Radio, with special guests. Another special guest. We're here with Michelle and Chase from the HHC, which is Helping Homeless Companions. Nonprofit. What's your numbers?
Oh, 501c3 official nonprofit.
501c3.
So we have a tax ID.
There you go. So they are official. All right. Good evening.
How's it
Good
going?
evening.
How are you guys doing, man?
Good.
Good.
Thanks for having us.
No, thanks for coming. We appreciate it. Giving us your time. Are you okay? But for those who don't know, Michelle was supposed to be here before, but to get a little fender bender.
Yes. Last week I totally blanked. I didn't even actually message Jose back because I was in a little bumper to bumper, and still handling that. Insurance sucks.
Right. Yeah.
They're there to help me, but they're not really there to help me. So I'm okay though. Physically, I'm
You're okay
Yeah.
physically?
It
Nobody
wasn't
was
bad.
hurt?
Yeah. No one was
Nobody
hurt.
No? Okay.
It was good.
No one
We're
was
good.
hurt?
Yeah.
Good. All right. So we'll get into it a little bit, just real quick.
Okay.
Right? What is what is the HHC? What is it you do?
You want to go first?
Sure. So we're a nonprofit organization. It started with the idea of helping animals of the homeless community. So what we do is we go out to the community. We go to Mary's Soup Kitchen every Saturday in Orange, California. In addition to that, we'll go to homeless shelters, or how the Riverbed had the encampments.
Yeah.
So we'll go to them.
Oh, they're by like Anaheim Stadium.
The
and
Santa
stuff?
Ana Riverbed.
Yeah.
Riverbed. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll go to the people we think can use some help, because we see a lot of animals out on the streets. They need to have leashes. They need to have collars. They need to have food. They need to have basic care. Medicine's a little bit out of our hands because you need licensing, right? But we do what we can, maybe over the counter or something.
Flea treatments.
We go out and we help the
treatments, it's
animals.
preventative.
We help the animals. Homeless community, right? They lack a lot of resources. So how expensive are nail trims? Grooming?
Right.
How much is a bag of dog food? So those are the things that Michelle wanted to bring to the community, and because of Michelle's idea, that's what we do. So that's a little background.
So that's the background of it. That's the
objective.
basics of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we do.
Okay, right on, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. And then it's true, being a dog owner of 3 dogs, 3 mutts. Dog food does get expensive, and like you said, trims and nails and haircuts and yeah. Even the shaggy dogs need to be cut during the summer because it's hotter than hell. And
Right.
is that you cut hair too, or?
Yeah, so I was actually I used to back 2013, 14. I used to work at an animal hospital, so I was trained by a licensed groomer. I used to help her out, and I learned all of the tips from her. Just restraining safely and making sure you don't cut the nails too short, making sure if that animal's like having skin issues, you're making sure you're not putting harsh chemicals on them. Just so many things I learned from her.
Okay.
Shout out Joanne.
Shout out Joanne. Right.
I love her. She's amazing.
Well, okay. So the beginning of this, let's start with where can anybody find you guys?
So we're based out of Orange.
Okay.
But we go to visit pretty much weekly. We visit Anaheim, Buena Park, Santa Ana, Garden Grove, and Orange. So we're out at encampments and
it's just the encampments, just homeless encampments, right?
and homeless shelters that allow the
soup
animals.
kitchens.
Okay,
Yeah.
but where can people find you, like, get a hold of you
Oh,
guys?
okay.
Just tell real quick. We'll get back into it too, but your media is real quick.
Yeah. Instagram at Helping Homeless Companions.
Okay.
And Facebook at Helping Homeless Companions. Also, our email, helpinghomelesscompanions@gmail.com.
At Gmail.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're on the media's Twitters.
We're looking into making our own website.
Okay.
Just social media has been our platform. Just
Yeah.
reaching more people through Instagram, honestly.
Okay. Okay, but not you don't have a site up yet.
No, not
Nope.
Working on it.
We'll
Yeah.
get there.
In the works.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, well, okay. Do you guys take in any helpers, volunteers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We always need volunteers.
Well, anyone out there who wants to help do a website, right? 'Cause
That would be
I
great.
heard-
Reach
I
out
heard-
to us.
I
We
heard
can work
that's a
together.
pain in the butt.
Yeah, I don't know where to really start. Everyone says to go free, and free's good, but
Go
I just
free?
find a free website. Just make your own website,
Oh,
but it's
yeah, yeah,
free.
yeah.
And I've kind of looked into it, but I'm intimidated. I don't know if it's a good idea. I want it to look and feel effective, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that with a free website.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
It's just hard. I feel like
Okay. Well, we'll see again. Anybody wants to help
Yeah.
out?
that'd be great.
Again, you're helping them. Help the pets, man. The pets that don't have a voice, right? So you
Sure.
guys are their voice,
Exactly.
right? Yeah. See, I learned
Advocacy.
that. Yeah, my wife
Yeah.
taught me that. You know,
Yeah.
I was a normal little shithead kid. You know, see a dog, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, after having kids and they want pets, and now I actually love them.
Yeah.
You know,
They become family eventually,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
family. You love them,
isn't
and
it
That's
weird?
so
know.
true.
Oh,
they get on your bad side.
And
once in a
hate
while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I still have my good
I know.
my good adolescent hate for them.
Yeah.
You know, I want to
I
throw rock,
know.
throw firecrackers at them. And,
What?
Oh yeah, good kid stuff we used to do. You know,
Oh,
you know.
I know, kids. I
Pull
know.
their tail a little
Yeah,
bit.
well,
No.
tied to something or whatever. That kind of stuff. I still have that in me, but I don't. And I'm like, no.
I know.
No, I was telling you
Right.
one of you guys a story, right? So check it. I don't want to talk too much, right? But so, and I admit, and I almost teared, man. So my wife's telling me she went out to Target or something, and she went in and bought. There was a guy out there with a dog, standing there waiting, asking for money. So, but she went in and got some treats and a
Yeah.
ball for the
Mhm.
dog.
Right.
And she said, like the treats, it was like cool, the dog was, but once they pulled the ball out and once the guy pulled the ball out of the
Aw.
package, she said that dog went bananas.
Aw.
And just I was like, at that point you're like, why you tell me this?
Yeah.
I'm all ready to tear up and like, shut up, You know what I mean? I'm hard.
Yeah.
Don't mess with don't tell me
Making
that.
you all
Now I want to
soft.
cry. No, but that's good, man. That's good.
And to end on that, that's
Yeah.
a small joy. It's
No, that's a
like-
big joy, man.
no, I mean a
That's the
small
reward.
amount.
That's-
Like it's just say a $5 toy, but who knows when that dog had that that
Before.
resource, or their owner doesn't have $5 extra.
Gotta
They're
spend
using
that
it on
$5
food, not on a toy, and
Yeah.
it's stimulating. It's fun. Like these animals deserve that.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure, man. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
why I'm glad you guys are here. We'll try and help put this out as much as you can get the word out, because as much as we want to help the homeless, the pets are there too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dogs,
Thank you for having
dogs,
us.
cats, everything, or
We've seen dogs, cats, and birds.
and birds.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any animal that doesn't get touched for reasons, or
I haven't
mean?
cared for the birds,
Mhm.
but I will care, even if they're aggressive. I have the owner's assist, and I always have permission from the owners to, muzzle them
the birds?
and restrain them. No, just the dogs and the
Oh,
cats.
the dogs.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. was
I
just
think to
saying.
better answer your question, I mean, those are the more common pets. But
Yeah.
you know, she's an animal lover at heart. I mean, she's helped out possums and all
Yeah.
kinds of things, taking them to a
So
sanctuary. So
all animals.
Yeah.
she'll help
Okay.
anybody and
Okay.
anything.
Yeah,
So.
I will.
There you go. Yeah, you went, my bad. I didn't-
Oh, okay.
I didn't word
I
it
meant
right.
like grooming.
Yeah.
I
No,
won't-
yeah,
no,
I
haven't
want to throw that
groomed
out
any
there. So
birds,
you know,
yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's cool.
and that's how it all got started. You know,
I mean,
that's our
'cause it was-
passion.
Yeah.
Like you said,
Helping them out.
you were trained by a groomer,
Yeah.
Hmm.
and like you said, like you can't give medication for
Yeah, and
certain reasons.
Right.
Is there any animals you can't help for, like do it as you do for certain reasons like that, or just it's a free for all, man?
It's
Just help
as
whoever you
far
can.
as right now, HHC doesn't have any, regulations on
Regulate
what animals
restrictions
will
or-
help.
yeah.
If there was, it's always the funding. If I have extra money to go buy like a specific account or, like a training crate or a special leash or certain things that anyone would ask me for their animal and they're suffering from homelessness again, it's I wouldn't say no. I would go and also find other help from another organization.
Someone
Yeah.
that could help.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't had any weird requests though. It's just dogs and cats.
Probably catch
Yeah.
occasional bird.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right on.
Parrots actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I mean, imagine living in your car with
A parrot.
like 3 cats and a parrot, or yeah,
Wow. Really?
yeah.
Ah, that sucks.
yeah,
And you love them.
it's the reality.
And you don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
how to
for
rehome them. We also offer that. If some individual wants to surrender their animal, I would take it.
Take it. And,
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Right on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a quick one.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And then we'll come back and we'll get to know Michelle and Chase. A little background. Right. We'll get a little background on baby Michelle and baby Chase. Right. and the baby HHC. All right.
There we go.
This is MoonKILL, also on KLBP. Again, HHC helping homeless companions. We'll be right back.
What's good, Long Beach? Kenny Field with you here, host of the Go-Go Boots Radio Hour. This is the soft launch of KLBP LP 99.1 FM in Long Beach. What you are hearing is a sample of the first few programs coming your way from producers like you. There's still time to get involved. If you're interested in learning more about what you're listening to or would like to submit a show for consideration, visit klbp.org. Drop us a line and let us know what you think. Peace.
Okay. All right, we're back again. We're back with HHC helping homeless companions. My guests, Michelle and Chase.
How's it going?
Right? And what they do is they help homeless pets, pretty much. They help the homeless pets. Just real quick, just give me a background on you guys, or let's start with Michelle. Born and raised out here?
Born in Texas, raised in Orange.
Born in Texas.
Yeah.
What?
I know, it's random.
The stars at night are big and bright? Right.
Oh, so many other things from Texas. Yeah.
When'd you move
Came
out
out
here?
here. I was 3 years old.
Okay, so you really didn't know Texas.
Yeah, but we would always go out there like at least once a year.
All right.
I don't really like Texas.
Really?
I don't know. It's too hot. It's too humid. It's
Are you down more towards the
drag.
water?
No, actually McAllen.
Where's that at?
By Rio Grande. McAllen.
Is that-
Yeah, but I've been to Corpus Christi. So beautiful. If I ever went back to Texas, it would be Corpus Christi.
It don't get humid out there? I would think with the water
Humid,
right
yeah,
there, right?
really humid.
Yeah, that's why it's humid. You get near the water.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it.
You just like it. That sucks. Huh?
Never been.
Yeah. I'm a California girl. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So raised out here, Orange County?
Yeah, Orange County.
So basically raised, just moved there and that's it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Um,
I went through schools, Orange County schools.
oh yeah.
Where did the love for animals start?
The earliest memory is about 5 years old.
Okay.
And my kindergarten art, I would say I was going to be an animal doctor. Like I was always saying that ever since I was 5. Or I want to work at an animal hospital. Or when I was about 7, 8 years old, I actually was walking dogs for a business. I made flyers like clip art.
Right on,
I
yeah.
don't know. I was like printing stuff at home to hand out around my community. I was
Alright.
like always friends with all of the neighbors' dogs.
Wait, okay, hold on. Let me
was
interrupt
crazy.
you real
It's
quick.
wild, man. It's
Yeah.
wild.
No, but so I want to say this though. You were a kid
Yeah.
saying, when I grow up, I want to work at an animal hospital, and you did it,
Yeah.
right? That's awesome, right? Because most of us want to be a football player or play, make a million, whatever, or be an astronaut, and that shit don't happen. You know
Not
what I mean?
always.
That's
So-
depressing.
No, but think
yeah,
about it.
That's true.
actually
I've never
like,
seen it in that light, actually.
think about it. Congratulations,
have.
you actually did it,
Thank you.
right?
Yeah.
You actually made that happen.
That feels really heavy. Like, I've never thought of it that
Think of
way.
that. But think of that.
It's
How
heavy,
many
yeah.
kids in your class at that time would have wrote down, I want to be this, and that?
Yeah.
Oh
How
my
many of that
gosh.
came true?
That's true.
You know, how many of them stuck with that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it
I'm not in the
came true.
NBA, so
Me neither, Jack.
case in point.
I'm not in the NBA or the MLB.
Chase is about 5'4" inches and a half.
Actually, it's 5'2" 3/4 tall.
Oh,
Thank you.
5'2".
5'2".
Yeah.
Hey,
So
it's all right. It's
No,
all
it's
good.
okay.
But see, that's my point, though. You actually made it come true.
Yeah.
So I
That's
just want to say
true.
out there, for any kids watching this,
Oh, yeah, the kids.
this is not made for you kids, especially the young ones. But if any of you do see it, or any people that have kids out there, because I do, and luckily they're older already and they're ready to go. But that's something to think about even for you as adults. Everything that you
Sure.
wanted to be when you were a kid, or things that you said I wanted to be a kid, and that actually came true for her. She made it happen.
Don't make me cry this early in this interview.
No.
I'm all like,
No, I just want to bring that up. Like that's actually awesome, because I always like. I got to a point in my life,
hmm
and there's a part that I really, really cherish.
Yeah.
And why is because when I was a kid, I grew up saying, man, I wanted to be that or be with that crew,
that's true.
and I actually made that
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, even though I'm not in the crew anymore, it's still, I was there. I had my time in. I actually made that happen. I didn't make, being NBA happen or MLB because I played baseball.
Yeah.
We all did sports or whatever.
Oh.
Or we wanted to be, not, like I said, astronaut or whatever it is, But, yeah, hold your head high for that, man. That's
thank
awesome.
You. Thank you. I really
It's
appreciate
actually
that.
awesome. So sorry, didn't want
it's
to
okay.
interrupt, but I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool to me, and it's my show. Right? So
But yeah, I guess I did that. I was just into helping people, I would say, and
Okay.
into the animals. So a lot of my neighbors were elderly, and I don't know if that, I'm sure it has a connection, like in elderly and your communication. And I was little, like all of my friends were older, so it was always like I can help you type of feeling. And then I'd hang out with their dogs, so that was great. And they paid me, they paid me to walk their dog for 10 minutes, and I would get $12. And I don't know why my neighbors loved me. Shout out to my old neighbors.
$1 a minute.
I
Cool.
know.
Oh my gosh.
She knew her value.
I don't know. It was
Supply and demand.
Already
crazy.
mapping it out right there.
And I'm thinking my earliest job was in the vet office.
Okay.
So I was always helping in the back. I was a kennel attendant, and I would also assist with the technicians. So,
Okay, well, we'll lead up to that.
Oh, okay,
So how did you go about being just saying, okay, I'm getting heads into it, man. This is a route I gotta take. How did you figure that out? You know what I mean?
for HHC?
No.
Or-
For just being in the vet office, because you still gotta go schooling, or were they taking in?
Well, pretty much you start out with the kennel. So
Okay.
you're helping cleaning up, walking, and feeding the animals.
Okay, so you
So
just
it's like it's an
kennels
entry
will-
level, yeah.
Okay, entry level. Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. All right, on. Okay.
And then if they like the way you're working, if you're showing the responsibility and obviously the care for the animals. You can't just leave a dirty cage, unattended, or a dog with dirty water, because your boss will notice that. So doing those things, that's how I started out. And then working as a tech assistant. So I'm not licensed, or I'm not a registered vet tech.
Okay.
But I have helped as their assistant.
You got
So
a little
X-rays,
experience of it.
X-rays,
Okay.
drawing vaccines, giving vaccines, assisting during surgeries. I've done a lot of stuff in the
Okay.
animal field.
That's all. Like there's schooling for that too, right?
Oh, there is, yeah.
Right. Okay.
To become registered.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. So you're working in the hospital.
Mhm.
You get to the vet hospital,
Mhm.
and then what? How long were you there for?
I was there for a little over a year,
Okay.
but I've worked in 3 different hospitals.
Okay.
And I don't know, I haven't found the right fit. So if there is an animal hospital out there and you have an opening, I would love to work in another animal hospital.
Okay.
I just haven't found the right fit. It's really hard to find a hospital or facility that has I think like a really structured team,
Mm-hmm.
and also everyone has their own, morals, and I have my own morals. So they just weren't matching for some of my jobs that I've had on care and things like that.
Like they weren't taking care of them that they should, or what?
You could say that.
Did it?
Yeah.
I don't want to get too deep.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I'm not getting into it, but
A little-
yeah, things that I noticed and things I
just
wouldn't
weren't
like
agreeing
to
with
take
them.
my animals to.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I wouldn't take my dog there, and I don't like. Why would you take your dog there?
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
which I have 2 pit bulls.
Oh wow.
So I mean, my boy's 12 years old, and I've had him his whole life, and my girl's 8, and I adopted her about 7 years ago.
Okay.
So I've had them, and I just thinking of that care and then being in that field.
Yeah.
I want to find the great hospital to work for.
Was your girl off the street or
Yeah.
like from straight off the street, huh?
She was actually dumped at the hospital I worked at.
Really?
Literally thrown over a fence because the fence was coated. So we found her in the yard, completely manged, covered, no fur, very skinny. Her eyes were swollen shut,
Aw.
completely swollen shut. And then just nourished her back to health. And luckily that doctor was an amazing doctor, Dr. Horn in Orange County. And he helped keep her at the hospital. Without his permission, she wouldn't have been left there.
Yeah.
So it was really great.
Oh, that's cool, man. And then
Yeah.
you took her in.
Yeah, I adopted her.
No, I was gonna make a joke. They couldn't fix her craziness because she's still wild, man.
Yeah.
She tears everything up, They
She is.
took
still
care
young?
of her, but she still
Yeah.
thinks she's a puppy,
Yes.
man.
Oh,
She's-
yeah. That's,
But we don't know how she was raised, so she didn't know anything.
yeah.
She
well,
didn't know how to play
obviously-
with toys.
yeah, we just taught her
or
how to play with the toy.
She wasn't potty trained. She wouldn't go on a leash, and she was a little over a year, or maybe a year at that point. So
Wow. Okay.
she was bad.
All right.
Pipples.
Any,
I love them.
any other pets besides those two?
No, not right now.
What's their names?
Mona and Kane.
Mona and Kane.
Yeah.
Kane.
Big
Alright.
Daddy King.
Big
Big
Daddy Kane.
See, that's my buddy Alan. That's what we call him. It's Kane.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So Mona, shout out to Mona and Kane.
Mhm.
All right.
I love you.
They're at home right now.
Yeah.
They're at home watching this. Right.
Oh my God. They're at home laying on the couch, like doing whatever they want. Honestly, they're so
Yep,
spoiled.
They're spoiled.
So now, for you, sir,
What's that?
does she treat them like babies?
I think I'm the one that does.
Oh, you do. Does she
I'm
treat
the
'em like-
regulator.
Really?
Yeah, I'm the disciplinary.
Oh,
Yep.
man.
I'm the one. I'll go on all fours and play with them. They're big dogs, so I'll wrestle with them and everything,
Yeah.
And she's like,
Oh my
"Don't
God,
do
they
that.
love
They're gonna
it.
get you. They're gonna
They
get
love
you."
him.
But who's the one that just gives them whatever they want, do whatever they want?
I guess sort of.
It's like 50-50.
Yeah,
Oh, is
we
it?
both do that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I mean, we walk them, we get them toys,
Yeah,
things
yeah.
like that. So they're taken care of. They're spoiled brats.
No, I mean
my
like
gosh.
my wife, again, My twins are 17.
Yeah.
That's the youngest we have.
Wow.
I told her no more kids.
Yeah.
No more kids, get a dog.
Yeah.
So she went and got 3.
Oh
You
my
know.
gosh, 3 more kids.
Yeah, but they're like kids. And I'm like, to me, I'm like, oh, dog, yeah, leave them outside, put them in the back, whatever.
No, yeah.
That's how you know dogs, man.
Yeah.
So a lot of us grow up knowing dogs. Yeah, they're outside, whatever. Leftover food, yeah, whatever. Her no
On the
man.
roof.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
whatever.
This one, she's like, they're like babies.
Yeah.
It's like having 3 more babies. I'm like, I got rid of mine already.
Yeah.
And they never grow
Starts
up.
all over.
No,
Man.
they never
They
grow up.
stay in that phase
Oh,
forever.
God, it's ridiculous. All right, Mr. Chase.
How's it going?
Mr. Chase is Chase.
How's it
The
going?
HHC, also of the band Crossfaded. Bass
Shout out
player,
to
right?
Crossfaded. Yep.
Playing the bass. Slapping the bass.
That's what I do.
So
So,
let's where were you? Give me a little baby Chase info.
grew up in Orange County. Grew
Born
up
and
in
raised?
Orange. Born and raised.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
One of those schools out in Orange. We lived in Santa Ana. Grandma took care of all 20 of us cousins while everybody was working. So it was fun, man. Just a bunch of kids getting in trouble, right? And,
Man, it's like a everyday battle royale, huh?
nope.
No.
Grandma had us really good.
Oh, she had the what is it?
Yeah,
The
the
slipper?
chancla,
Yeah,
the hanger,
chancla.
Shout out to Grandma, love you.
Right on.
Put us in place. So,
All right. So what do you have a pet love story? Where that start?
well, I mean, growing up, yeah, there was a German Shepherd at my grandma's house, Sergeant Brown.
Sergeant Brown.
Sergeant
So
Brown.
cute.
That's the name.
We used to, as kids, we would ride on top of him and stuff. And
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Aw.
it was fun. It was a good dog. Really sad when
Sergeant Brown.
he got sick. He lived a really good life,
That's
but
cool.
he got sick, and it was pretty sad when I was 15,
Oh wow.
15 maybe.
Lasts a long time.
So we lived in Santa Ana. We had 3 pit bulls, one at a time. We had Ginger that was born of a championship bloodline. We had
Really?
documentation of her blood.
Wow.
She jumped the fence and got away. Never saw her again. I mean, you could tell just looking at her, she was super smart, super athletic. So that was kind of a bummer.
How big was the fence?
6 feet. She had a reputation on our neighborhood. When we were not home, she would jump the fence, run around the neighborhood because she was too athletic. She would jump the fence and watch the neighbors having their barbecue. Like
Give me some.
too athletic,
All
too
right.
athletic. So
All right.
yeah, after that I had a blue nose named Stella, and that was my dog. Ginger was the family dog. Yeah, she got out too.
Oh
Alright.
my gosh.
I'm like, at this point, I
Sucks.
think it's my fault, but I found her at the pound.
Oh, you found her.
But I was growing up. I just started college, so I must have been 17 or 18, and I found her, and it was like I had to say my goodbyes. I didn't have an extra couple $100 on me, so it was kind of weird too because there was a family to the side of me that was watching me, and I was like, okay, I'm trying to have a moment here, I walked away, and the family went up to her, and I was like, oh, okay, something's going on with my dog. I went over there, and they thought it was their dog. Now, she still had the really thick purple collar with studs on it that I put on her.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, here's a picture. This is my dog. I see you guys are happy that you found your dog, but this is the wrong one. I'm all for adopting and whatever you got to do to help every animal out, rescuing. But you're going home with the wrong one. They didn't care. They took her home.
Just took her home, huh?
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
So
She only stayed a little bit.
I probably looked like some crazy guy,
It was
I was
just
just trying to be honest,
Yeah.
But we had dogs. I've been with Michelle for 4 years now, and being with Michelle, I got 2 more pit bulls, and
Oh,
I love
yeah.
them. But we also had more cats, and I never had cats
rescued a
before.
lot of
Rescued a lot of
cats.
cats, but yeah. So born and raised in Orange. Funny thing, going to schools in Orange. I've known Michelle since middle school.
All right.
We
Seventh
always
grade.
had class together, so
Okay.
that's kind of funny. Small world,
Knew
right?
each other, but
Yeah.
never hooked it up.
No.
Nope.
Till 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. So yeah. You know, that's just my story. You know, I played music growing up, and you know, you mentioned I'm in Crossfaded.
Yeah.
So that's a project. Helping homeless companions is a lot
Another
of.
project.
It's a big project that we spend a lot of time on, going out to the community, and it's nice to give back. It's nice to be part of something positive, you know.
Right. Well,
So-
okay, real quick. How long have you been playing bass?
To be honest, I have probably been playing bass like 2-3 years. I grew up playing guitar,
Okay, you're a guitar
so
player.
I like to say I'm good. There's a lot of better performances or musicians than I am, but the
He's
vocalist.
being modest.
Nah.
He's good.
The vocalist reached out to me. We grew up. His name's Elias. I didn't know the rest of the band at the time. I just knew him. And so he said they needed a bass player. Come check it out. So I went. I checked it out. I showed up with some like really cheap bass because I didn't have one. I didn't play bass, you know.
Right.
I checked it out, and Crossfaded kicks ass. That's all I have to say. So I was like, yes, I'm in. I'm learning how to play a
I've
bass.
learned.
But I'm a really disciplined player. I listen to really, really good bass players, try to learn some of their songs, see what they're doing, why things sound good. Honestly, I'm not a boring bass player, you know. When I give a performance, I want to make sure that people hear the bass, that they see, you know, I'm not just playing the root note, although that's very important.
Yeah.
But I'm throwing in leads. There's a couple bass leads in there that we do. Everybody has their part. Like, we're a group of talented people, and so being part of the bass, I couldn't be that person in the background. You know,
Yeah.
I have to let it be known that this is what I'm doing. I got to be loud, and the crowd has to feel it. You know.
Well, I was gonna say, man, you're a guitar player. Just learned the bass,
Yeah.
so you could toss some of that in. You know.
And I
Yeah.
do. It
Yeah.
feels weird, you know. I mean, I'm like, should I be doing this? Should I be playing guitar scales? I mean, it's close enough, you know.
Yeah. Like you said, as long as you're keeping the basic
Yeah.
rhythm, the basic tone, whatever it is you need.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
You know, just to stick with the melody a little bit, but hey, add your jabs in there when you can, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And everybody's always down for it, you know. And
Right.
we all support each other. So, she's our manager, by the way, too.
Crossfaded
And the
manager.
Crossfaded. Well,
So
no,
we're
yeah,
busy,
we want to
so
get
there's
that
a lot
out-
of support, you know.
Yeah, we want to get that out there too.
Thank
'cause
you.
I met them at the
Fundraiser show.
fundraiser
for-
show. So they did a fundraiser in Santa Ana with a lot of bands. Crossfaded played. Our other pals that you'll see on MoonKIll, Massive Brain Damage played.
Shout out,
Yeah.
Massive Brain Damage.
We
Yeah.
had Weaponized.
Weaponized.
Shout out.
They were
What is
awesome.
it? Well, the pilots.
Kamikaze co-pilots.
Kamikaze
Those guys,
co-pilots.
Yeah.
bunch of skate punks from Laguna Beach. They were cool, man.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, they
good.
were.
They were
rad,
skating
man.
afterwards. I was like, there you go, man.
Yeah.
Live it.
That was good.
We had gifts
man.
from Despair.
Gifts from Despair. My buddy Brandon.
Okay.
Yeah, is one of my customers from work, and this guy is talented. I mean, this guy goes on tour with hardcore bands. Like, that's his thing, hardcore. I'm sure he loves, you know, other things. Not trying to, you know, make decisions
Label.
for him and
Not
label
trying to
him.
label.
But
Yeah,
this
yeah,
guy's
yeah.
so talented with that genre. He's been on tour with, I think it was Bleeding Through. He just
Really?
helped them on their East Coast tour a few months ago.
Yeah.
Like, this guy is so talented.
All right on.
So
And they all decided to help us for our fundraiser
yeah,
show.
they all wanted
It was
to
all
help us out.
donated
And
time.
Okay. Yeah.
Even the
yeah,
venue
that
was
cool.
donated. La Santa. Shout out. La Santa.
Oh, they did too.
They
Oh,
donated,
there you
yeah.
go. That's.
Shout out Tiffany.
She can't ask more than that, man.
It's
Yeah.
just everybody
Yeah.
just
Yeah, that's
we had
cool.
you know, we had 1 week, 2 weeks at the most
Okay.
to put that show together. This is your date confirmed. Time to talk to people. Time to reach out to the bands.
Really?
Time
The
to figure
vendors.
out who can make it.
Yeah.
We had the vendors were there.
And on top of that, I remember they were saying if even if the vendors or the bands themselves, you bought stuff, half of it or whatever went to
Yeah, that was all.
half of the
that
band
was all.
merch. The
Yeah.
bands were giving half of their merch sales to to the
HHC.
cause.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
don't-
cool.
And that was on them. They came up to me and said, "Hey, we want to do this." So that was really nice.
That's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It just the community came together.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody
yeah.
had their support, so it was
Yeah.
within 1 week it was insane about just how successful it was.
We
It was fun.
raised.
You were there.
Yeah.
You saw,
Yeah.
man. We had
Yeah,
a
that
good
was
time. I
good.
met you there. You know.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to bring it up. That's where I
Yeah.
met you guys. You know, I talked to you and I met you real quick. It was
Yeah, sorry.
It was quick. Yeah,
I was
yeah.
running around a
Oh
lot.
yeah, that's why I didn't want to bother, man. You know, I saw Mr. Cameraman over here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but no, it was a good turnout. It was good, man.
We
Yeah.
raised $1,015.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I was expecting a little closer to like 600,
Yeah.
but that's so much more.
Yeah.
So happy about that.
Give me $1,000, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1,015. So happy about it.
Oh, that was good. It was a good night, man.
Yeah.
Good bands. Any plans on another one?
I want to do December, but we're still talking about it.
Ah.
It's close, but it's the
close.
season of
Hey,
giving.
we did it with 1 week.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
We're back
No,
again.
For sure, yeah.
A lot of people are inspired to help within this, all the holidays.
Yeah.
I don't know, and like New Year's resolutions and things like that, where they feel, they feel a little more sympathetic, especially in the homeless community. I feel like a lot of homeless people do make a bad rap, but also get a bad rap.
Yeah.
And then
For
it's all like a tumbleweed of we don't want to help them and we don't want to help their pet and they shouldn't have pets. It's very
Yeah.
political.
Yeah. No, I personally think they should have pets, even though you think, well, they can't take care of them, but at the same time, they tend to each other.
They do,
Yeah.
really do.
And as much as someone could you really use a pet that is
It's like their
struggling
only
like
friend.
that. Yeah, that might actually keep somebody sane.
Really.
Is having
Yeah.
that pet there. And it sucks where they have to live, but at the same time, they might keep each other sane. That's how I
Absolutely.
feel.
No,
Yeah.
really. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's emotional support. And it's kind of the
Exactly.
name companion. I was trying to pick something that labeled the animals without just saying pets. So it was helping homeless companions because they're your companion. They're
Companion,
going
yeah.
to be there throughout everything.
yeah,
And they love you no matter what.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Just feed them. Just give them a chew on.
Brush them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's take another quickie,
Okay.
and then we'll come back again. This is Michelle and Chase from the HHC helping homeless companions. All right. We'll be back.